Here it is, we go again. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mow. Here it is, we go again. Here I am again. I hope you are there with me. The session commences and your company is required. That thing that happens oftentimes, I was going to say that happens regularly twice a day, but it doesn't happen regularly twice a day, does it? But it happens oftentimes twice a day. The first installment for today, that righteousness now to be fulfilled. So if you are available, avail yourself of what is going on here. Gather around your devices and engage with the session. One man went to mow, the eagle has landed.
Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. In your madika, yabika kokwa namno wow. Hey, anamekele maduche mefo. Manemo, it's an honor having you on board. When I'm singing along, holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. Sing along, holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. When I sing along, holy, 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 is another Savior. Getting it right and getting it fast now. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, holy, getting it right, faster, never freedom. Is another Savior. Yeah, for freedom. Holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior.
Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. In your madika, yabika kokwa namno wow. Hey,
And there it is right there. The farmyard singers from the eastern part of Nigeria. The farmyard singers from the eastern parts of Nigeria. Holy, holy, they insist, Nnamdi Kanu still remains their other savior. Holy, holy, as guys, I bring you this. 2023, Atiku speaks on picking Okonji Iweala as running mate. So this is something that we have discussed endlessly and severally. Anytime we've had conversations around the running mate for Atiku, everybody has always recommended that in the absence of Peter Obi as a possibility, he should abandon completely the political space and look to a technocrat who has a large and a warm reputation. So who fits that bill better than Madam Ngozi? So it looks as though those words are now echoing in our articles' minds, the words uttered on this platform. So we'll be sending you an invoice, Mr. Luther, for taking our idea. 2023, article speaks on picking Okonji Iweala as running mate. That idea was muted on this platform first. Still with Atiku, 2023, Atiku's game plan to ambush Tinubu as Obi plus to upstage old order. So this is a two-in-one space. So as Atiku, because Atiku really only sees that the obstacle, the one thing that prevents him to seize charge of the Nigerian state is one person and one party. The party APC and the formidable juggernaut in his way, Tinubu. So he really sees that the surmounting the defeating of Tinubu gets him his want. But Peter will be there to keep them honest, of course, and it will be a folly on their part to disregard the imagined danger to their ambitions that Peter Obi presents. 2023, Atiku's game plan to ambush Tinubu as Obi plots to upstage old order. So that's a two-in-one, and we'll see how that mixes up in the readout. Still with our all matters presidential, nowhere else to go. PDP presidential candidate Atiku speaks on reservoir of candidates to pick as running mate ahead of Friday's deadline. So whatever and however, the names have to be submitted on Friday. So we may well abandon one headline because we either read the Madam Ngozi or this one. So whichever one will make the decision nearer the time. Tinubu may pick a Muslim as running mate, considering Atiku Bagadu, Shatima Ganduje, or El Rufai. And I've always said that it will best serve Tinubu to pick a Muslim ticket because the price that he will pay for insisting and searching for a Christian will be heavier than the price that he will pay for not picking a Muslim. So he has to pick a northern Muslim because all of the prominent popular names within the APC political space in the north, they are all Muslims. They have Christians there like Boss Mustafa, Babache Lawan, etc. But these are not really names that ricochet around the north. But names like Shatima, names like El Rufai, names like Ganduje, names like Zulum, these are names that you can trade with in the north. These are names that have currency in the north. But no Christian name has currency in the north, and he needs the north to fulfill his ambition. So he has to weigh the balance on wanting to fulfill the outcries of the Christian body to pick a weak Muslim, pick a weak Christian northerner, and pay the price of not picking a strong Muslim northerner, or pick a strong Muslim northerner and pay the price of not picking a Christian. So which price is heavier? That is where the balance is. And I'm suggesting that the price of insisting on picking a Christian is heavier to him politically than picking a Muslim and then paying the Christian price. So this is a decision that Tinubu has to make, and it looks as though he's already weighing it in the right direction. Tinubu may pick a Muslim as running mate, considering Atiku, so that's Atiku Bagadu, by the way, not Atiku Abubakar, Shetima, Aganduje, or El Rufai. So that is the mix. But whatever and however that decision, rather not those decision, but that decision are to be in by Friday. So there it is. From that to this, see on this Peter Obi space now. A lot of people say that the whole Peter Obi phenomenon is essentially some online space, and some people even describe Peter Obi derisively as just some Instagram babe. So an online craze about an Instagram babe is essentially how people derisively dismiss the Peter Obi phenomenon. And this headline may well add some credence to that derision. Peter Obi, Labour Party does not have offices in 25 states. This is Buhari's aide, or Buhari's ex-aide, we should say, Ahmad, the one that is always insulting everybody on Twitter. So this is the thing. When you talk about structures, this is what you're talking about. So if they don't have a presence in 25 of the 36 states in Nigeria, then they don't have a structure. They don't have a base with which to interact with those states. They don't have people in situation to ensure that their interests are served within those states, and they want to seize charge of the Nigerian state. So you see, the whole thing is it's a farrago of nonsense. It's just built on sand, really, isn't it? It's just Instagram noise making, essentially, when you start to drill into the underbelly of this movement. Peter Obi, Labour Party does not have offices in 25 states. Buhari's aide, Ahmad. So we find out exactly what facts he has to buttress that assertion. So then we go on to this. No, we're not going on to this. Yes, we may land on this because it's a short session. You see, this afternoon session just 2 hours. So this is a review. What Buhari spent taxpayers money on last week. So this is the thing now. There is no demarcation between the state money, the APC money, and Buhari's personal money. He just says, this is what I want, either as a party leader, either as a private individual, or either as the dictator of the Nigerian state. And he just tell Emefiele that, oh, go and pay for it, and that's just it. So party functions now are being paid for at the expense of the Nigerian state. We see that routinely, to the point that we're just resigned to it. It's of course not allowed, because the Nigerian state is not APC. APC is a private enterprise. The Nigerian state is the country of the people. But then, of course, how can Buhari make the distinction? Even if it's not prejudiced, it doesn't have the cranial functioning, the level of intellect to make that distinction. Everything he knows that he has won an election, and he is now the czar of the space. He is the Lord and Master, and what he wills goes. This is just what he sees, what Buhari spent taxpayers' money on last week. So it'll be interesting to find out the details of those. So lean back, kick back, take it easy, relax into it. The usual protocol. Lean back, kick back, take it easy, relax into it. The usual protocol. Click on the like button, if you will. If you have no reason rather not to click on the like button, then you have every reason to click on it, because clicking on it helps us to get the message even further and wider, and it attracts even a deeper, bigger, better talent pool to interact with you on the session. So all reasons to click on the like button, unless you have a fundamental objection to clicking on it. So you're not compelled, but it'd be the right thing to do. If you're spending enough time here, then you should really just be rewarding the platform with the click of a like button. And as you're clicking on the like button, click on the subscribe button as well if you have not done that already. That way you would have fulfilled all righteousness, and you can relax into the session and just enjoy the ebb and flow of conversation. But at your discretion, if you want to be part of that conversation, I've posted a hyperlink in the comment section, the link that says StreamYard. This brings you into a studio space. If you want to come and join me on the screen, if you click on that hyperlink that says StreamYard, it brings you into a studio space. And as soon as I've finished reading out the talking points, I'll let you onto the screen and engage you in a conversation around the talking points. So that is the format. It's an open microphone session. It's an open microphone platform, and the open microphone is the hyperlink that says StreamYard. So click on like as a matter of must. Click on subscribe if you have not done that already. And at your discretion, click on the hyperlink that says StreamYard if you want to come and join me on the screen. As you said about the clickings, let me provide you with a little bit of liquid nourishment. Your calabash to be ready as we join Veka guys.
Only water, where they see ma. Water, only water, where they see ma. Hapa o naido. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ilé sọ́dí àkẹ́kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Bobby master kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Chief Wáìlà tí kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòde ojàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́ọ̀dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹyẹ o ó dìlé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹyẹ o ó dìlé o. Petrosonama ẹyẹ o ó dìlé o. Petrosodúnkẹ́ ẹyẹ rẹ̀ ó dìlé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run méjìkọ. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o.
And there it is right there. Eleko ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run méjìkọ. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe. May death have nothing to do with us. Is there a prayer more potent than that? The first prayer that supersedes all other prayer, all other prayers. Iku kò ní rí wa gbéṣe, may death have nothing to do with us. So Iku kò ní rí wa gbéṣe, as guys, I bring you this. 2023, Atiku speaks on picking Okonjo-Iweala as running mate, an idea birthed on One Man Went to Mo platform. The People's Democratic Party PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar has denied media reports that he is planning. Oh, right. Okay. All right. So that wasn't what I was expecting. The People's Democratic Party PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar has denied media reports. Sorry. The People's Democratic Party PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar has denied media reports that he is planning to pick the Director General of the World Trade Organization, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, as his running mate. Several reports emerged over the weekend claiming that Atiku met with some members of the international community in Zurich, Switzerland, as part of moves to pick Okonjo-Iweala as his vice president. Apart from the former Minister of Finance, other names to be considered for the vice presidential slot are Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State, Governor Udom Emmanuel of Akwa Ibom State, a former governor of Imo State, Emeka Ehidioha, and former governor of Delta State, Emmanuel Oduagan. In a chat with, let me adjust this. Yeah, hold on. In a chat with correspondents, Atiku's spokesman, Paul Ibe, refuted the reports that the former vice president met with some members of the international community in Switzerland regarding Okonji Iweala. Ibe stated that Atiku has stepped up his consultation with stakeholders and party leaders to search for a candidate that will be acceptable to Nigerians and complement him. He said, there is nothing like that. He has stepped up his consultation to search for a candidate that will be acceptable and complement him. So that is it right there. I wonder if they are playing hardball or if they are keeping their card close to their chest. But it will be a real missed opportunity for them to disregard out of hand the possibility of Madam Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala because it's such a perfect fit. One, she is female, so that would take a female to the topmost that they have ever gone within the Nigerian political journey. And of course, the female votes will respond to that. So that's one. And then two, the woman is widely liked within the Nigerian state. Everybody loves Madam Ngozi, so she comes with a lot of political cachet in terms of goodwill. She's a senior politician, an international presence, a global name. So everything goes in the direction of Madam Ngozi, of course. But then I think maybe this is the guy that is pandering to the core north again, that the hardcore fundamentalist will recoil from being ruled by a woman. So this is it, that the abokification of the Nigerian political journey strikes again. 2023, Atiku's game plan to ambush Tinubu as Obi plots to upstage old order. The battle of 2023 has taken definite shape with the conclusion of presidential primaries of the two leading political parties in the country, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, former vice president, and Bola Tinubu, former governor of Lagos State, are set to battle for the soul of Nigeria as candidates of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC), respectively, in what promises to be an epic battle between two evenly matched opponents. However, their emergence as presidential flag bearers has sharply divided a cross-section of the country, most of who feel a sense of hopelessness and resignation. General reaction following the primaries point to disappointment and the need for something new and different. While the two giants are considered favorites in the 2023 race, Mr. Peter Obi, a former Anambra State governor and candidate of the Labour Party, is gradually emerging from the recess of a fringe player to a real factor in the contest. Peter Obi is now a strong contender, adding him to others when reporting instead. Let's take that again. Peter Obi is now a strong contender, and adding him to others when reporting instead of saying Atiku, Tinubu, and Peter Obi is condescending. Are these platforms not seeing the engagement he's pulling? They should mention his name. He deserves it, said Sally Suleiman, founder of Blah Blah Foundation. Mr. Obi now embodies two major aspirations: the desire of a vast number of Nigeria's youth population for a new political order, a departure from the usual amidst worsening economic and security challenges in the country, particularly under the President Mohamed Buhari-led APC government, and the push by the Igbo of the country's southeast for power shift to the region. The media should try not to make it look like Atiku and Tinubu are the only ones in the race. Headlines like Atiku, Tinubu, and others is an injustice to other contestants with potential, like Peter Obi, observed journalist Nuruddin Akewushola. The quest for a Nigerian president of Igbo extraction had become a rallying cry for the Igbo streets and many fair-minded Nigerians, and had been canvassed by such groups as the Middle Belt Forum, the Afenifere, the Pan Niger Delta Forum, and Ohanese Indigo. The quest, however, received a major setback with both the APC and PDP, the two major political parties, failing to produce a Southeast candidate. Obi, whose decision to withdraw from the PDP and pitch tent with Labour Party ahead of the main opposition party's presidential primary on May the 28th had seemed like a bad gamble, is fast becoming a rallying point and could indeed push far enough. Let's be fair and just. The presidency should go to the southeast, and if the people of the southeast really want to make a record and save Nigeria, they should all come together and vote for Peter Obi for president. Noted Reverend Yinka Yusuf, President, Love for All Nations Ministry and lead pastor, Household of Love Churches Worldwide. A vote for Peter Obi is a vote for conscience. I know for sure that if conscience is allowed to vote, even the presidential aspirants will all vote for Peter Obi for president. Obi's support base is rapidly expanding, helped by his media appearances and testimonies of his record of good governance in Anambra. But even more importantly, his down-to-earth attitude. As governor, he shunned the flamboyance of office and related directly to the people, including prefects of practically all schools in Anambra who had direct access to him. His chances may be further boosted by the emerging talks of possible merger with the new Nigeria People's Party NNPC, which could see a joint ticket between the former Anambra State Governor and Senator Rabiu Kwakwanso, former Governor of Kano State. We need a president and not an emperor, said activist Aisha Yusufu. And the only person that is going to be obedient is Peter Obi. Desperation must not make you forget your rights. The citizens remain the highest office in the land. Since joining the Labour Party last month and subsequently becoming its presidential candidate, the party's following has continued to expand. On micro-blogging site Twitter, the party's handle @NGLabour, created in May, has suddenly jumped from 4,000 followers to over 120,000 followers. The Obi movement, being likened to a revolution, has been equated to the push that saw Emmanuel Macron push through the barricade to become French president in 2017 at age 40. In 2014, a young man was Minister of Economy, Industry and Digital Affairs in France, said John Network, a US-based Nigerian artist. He left the Socialist Party, started a movement en marche in 2016, a third force, and claimed victory in 2017 at the polls. They say Peter Obi is wasting his time. I say Macron did. How market? Peter Obi can win if we, the youths, the biggest victims of the status quo, agree. It is a dream Valentine Obiang, the former Anambra State Governor Media Aid, shares. What is happening in Nigeria today is a peaceful revolution. Nigerians want to break away from the old order. Nigeria is ripe for a peaceful transition, and Obi is lucky to be at the forefront of that change, Obiang said in an interview recently. Asked how Obi would penetrate the North, he said Nigerians, including Northerners, were desirous of good governance, and that what matters is that he has already penetrated the minds of Nigerians all over the country. But Nigeria is not a settled democracy like France. It is a country where nearly 100 million people live below the poverty line. And high poverty rate means that politicians with big pockets always have their way, as again demonstrated by the emergence of Atiku and TINUBU, the two big spenders as candidates of the two major political parties in the primaries that delegates smiled home with millions of naira and tens of thousands of dollars. The reality check for many, therefore, is that Obi movement will ultimately not measure up to the deep pockets and structures of Tinubu and Atiku. Indeed, many argued that Obi's quest would ultimately hurt the PDP and its candidate Atiku. The Southeast, Obi's primary constituency, is a PDP stronghold. The party has won presidential elections in the zone since 1999, and without the Obi factor, would have been expected to give block votes to Atiku, the PDP candidate. But with Obi in the picture, many argue that the PDP may struggle in the zone, combined too with the decision of Kwakwanso to pull out of the main opposition party and run for president on the platform of its new party, the New Nigeria People's Party. Akwanso has a massive support in Kano and substantial number of supporters in Jigawa, Katsina, and amongst other states in the northwest geopolitical zone. Beyond these areas, he is hardly a factor elsewhere. But observers say, whilst he may not have the nationwide appeal to stand a chance of winning, he may hurt Atiku and give Tinubu, the APC candidate, his expected sweep votes in the southwest and share substantial votes in the north and edge. The election is likely going to be a two-horse race. Kwakwanso's NNPP is likely to cannibalize some votes in Kano and maybe Jigawa and parts of Katsina, said Malam Nasir El Rufai, governor of Kaduna State and member of APC. Peter Obi is going to cannibalize PDP votes in the southeast. So we will prevail in the end because we have the largest footprint. It is a race between APC and PDP, and NNPP and Labour Party are going to cannibalize PDP votes, which strengthens our position. Perhaps with this realization, Atiku, the PDP candidate, is said to have searched to reach out to both Obi and Kwakwanso with a view to getting them on his side. But at this stage, an Obi-Kwakwanso merger seems more likely. Obi, who was Atiku's running mate in 2019, left the PDP days to the presidential primary that produced the former vice president after complaining about being treated shabbily by the party's leadership, who apparently did not consider him to be a big factor at the time. But that must have changed with the movement. The former Anambra governor is inspiring, and the party is said to be desperate to reach out to him. However, it is unlikely that Obi would accept to return to the main opposition party given the circumstances. The support Peter Obi is getting across the country is too massive for anyone to ask him to step down for anyone, said Doyin Okupe, Director General of Peter Obi Campaign Organization. Nobody ever thought Obi would leave the PDP, but he left. The real third force is here with us. The coming revolution is beyond Obi. Peter Obi is a man whose time has come. The PDP and APC have expired. They are no longer relevant in Nigeria's current situation. Okupe's views were corroborated by Obianyem, who also told correspondents that if today he, Obi, says he's going back to the PDP as a running mate, I can tell you that if he walks on the streets, many Nigerians will stone him and they will see him as a disappointment. Nigerians want him, and the only thing we can do for him is to encourage him to answer the call of Nigerians. So he will contest, and I'm sure he will win, all things being equal. Kwakwanso also um, Kwakwanso has also insisted on running, noting in an interview with correspondents that he was certain of victory over Tinubu and Atiku in 2023 and he would not step down or withdraw his ambition for any other candidate. I won't be stepping down for anyone. Our party is popular across the country and we are sure of victory at the polls, he said. Our candidacy is based on capacity and performance. People are looking for those who have done it better in the past and those and people who are trusted. Nigerians want someone who can unite Nigeria, improve the educational system, and end insecurity. We will defeat the two major parties at the poll in 2023. The Kwakwansia movement is very popular and we will win even in the Northeast. I am happy that the electoral bill was signed into law, and that will make it difficult for anyone to rig us out as they have always done. Once there is a free and fair election, it will be difficult for anyone to defeat us. For Obi, the question is whether he has the financial muscle to compete, given the role of money in the country's politics. Pardon me. For Obi, the question is whether he has the financial muscles to compete, given the role of money in the country's politics. However, he believes that the mass of poor people in the country will be his strength rather than weakness. Whenever I hear people talk about no structure, my answer is simple. The 100 million Nigerians who live in poverty will be the structure, Obi said on Friday, after getting his certificate of return as Labour Party candidate from the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). The millions of Nigerians who don't know where their next meal will come from will be the structure. Our mothers and fathers, the old ones that are dying because they are being owed gratuity and pension, will be the structure. ASUU members that have not been paid and the students that are at home will be the structure and they will see what the structure is about. Structure is about human beings. Obi's aspiration, pardon me, Obi's aspiration appears to have awakened his southeast. Obi's aspiration appears to have awakened his southeast, and the larger Igbo constituency who see him not necessarily as their own person amidst agitation for Southeast presidency, but one who is tested and trusted and can deliver good governance as president. If Alaba, Aba, and Onitsha market traders contribute to his campaign, Peter Obi will be able to match anyone dollar for dollar, says Reno Omokri, author and ex-aide for President Goodluck Jonathan. This people movement is good for Nigeria. It is the type of movement that swept Macron into power in 2017. Spontaneous. This article doesn't seem to want to end. Atiku Tinubu battle. Meanwhile, for Atiku and Tinubu candidates of the two major political parties, it promises to be a battle of grit, deep pockets, and high-level politicking. The former vice president, a Muslim from the Northeast, is expected to pick a running mate from the Christian South, with the Southeast and South-South being on the card. Yemson Wike, governor of Rivers State, and his Delta State counterpart are considered favorites, whilst Ayem Payosayim, former secretary to the government of the Federation, and Emmanuel Udom, governor of Akwa Ibom State, have also been mentioned as possibilities. For Tinubu, that is not as straightforward. He is a Muslim from a largely Christian South. He is expected to pick a Christian from the predominantly Muslim North in order to maintain the delicate balance of religion in an increasingly polarized country. It is going to be delicate for the former Lagos State governor picking a Christian in the North could alienate the Muslims in the region, and settling for a Muslim will mean that he would be running a Muslim ticket, which could put off most of the Christian population. Indeed, the Christian Association of Nigeria has since warned candidates against picking running mates of the same faith as themselves. A warning apparently targeted at TINUBU, who is said to be considering El Rufai, a Muslim, as potential running mate, as well as Boss Mustafa, secretary to the government of the Federation, a Christian from Adamawa State. The former Lagos State governor is expected to sweep votes in his southwest constituency and get substantial amounts of votes in the northwest and northeast, more so in the former, as the northeast is most likely to be split. Atiku, on the other hand, is expected to make huge inroads in the northwest and northeast, given that his opponent this time is a southerner, whilst also carrying the day in the south-south and southeast, which is ideally PDP's strongholds. But Obi's Labour Party candidacy may change that and indeed shake the entire political landscape of the country. So there it is right there, a well-written piece, a lot to agree with and a bit to disagree with as well. So whatever your thoughts are, click on the hyperlink, come engage me in the comment section. Okay, I'm going to skip this one actually because it's somewhat repetitive. A lot of it is somewhat repetitive. I'm going to read you just two more articles because that one was such a long read. So I'll go to this one, which speaks to fault lines in the Peter Obi phenomenon. Peter Obi, Labour Party does not have offices in 25 states. Buhari aide Ahmed. Presidential aide Bashir Ahmed, that should be X because he's retired, or resigned rather. Presidential aide Bashir Ahmed has taken to Twitter to subtly tackle the presidential bid of ex-Anambra State Governor Peter Obi. Ahmed, in a recent tweet, revealed that Labour Party does not have any office in 25 states of the Federation. It can be recalled that Obi is the 2023 flag bearer of the party. Ahmed's comment come amidst widespread support for the former governor. He tweeted, "Did you know that Labour Party does not have an office in Kano, a state with over 5 million registered voters? Not only that, the party does not have a single candidate in the whole 44 local government areas in the state, and the story is very similar in at least 25 out of the 36 states and the FCT. Obi's campaign has been plagued with doubts over its ability to win a presidential election since it has more or less no national structure. Responding to this, Obi wrote on social media, "Whenever I hear no structure, my answer..." Whenever I hear no structures, my answer to it is simple. The 100 million Nigerians that live in property will be the structure. The 35 million Nigerians who don't know where their next meal will come from will be the structure. The elderly, so I think we've read that response already. So we leave that there. And now let's find out what Buhari has been spending. Oh, God. In my attempt to click on that article, I just clicked it off the screen. Let me see if I can still find it. If I can't find it, then that would just be there. Hold on. Let me just let me play you a little bit of music as I try to find that. Let me play you because I'm quite keen to read that article. So I'll play you. And by the way, be clicking on the like and subscribe button as I play you this music. Like and subscribe.
Onye du iPod, o meriwo n'izu, onye ya abakare, mama dawora, ona pori Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Una boli.
So there it is right there. Python dance, another Python dance. So another Python dance. What Buhari spent taxpayers' money on last week? President Mohamed Buhari, in the course of the week, praised the series of consultations held so far towards getting a widely acceptable presidential flag bearer for the governing All Progressive Congress APC. Mr. Buhari, so I think this may well be an old article, but well worth the read still. Mr. Buhari, who met with members of the National Advisory Council of the APC on June the 5th, predicted a successful party convention at the Eagle Square between June the 7th and June the 8th. We are on the way towards winning our third straight victory since 2015, said the president at the meeting with members of the council. Mr. Buhari also met behind closed doors with northern governors elected on the platform of the APC at the State House in Abuja on June the 6th. His aide, Garba Shehu, confirmed Sorry, I'm only pausing because it's not actually reading as I thought it would. It's not giving us a breakdown. It's giving us a week in the life of, rather than I was expecting them to be telling us how he's been spending our money on our WOOP. But okay. On the same day, the president presented the APC victory flag to TINUBU, who emerged winner of the party's the presidential primary election. The delegates of the APC at the convention elected the former Lagos State governor, blah, blah, blah. Tinubu polled 1,271. So Buhari later congratulated. So I'm just skimming through to see if there's anything at all in this. Buhari later congratulated Mr. Tinubu, the APC flag bearer, in the 2023 elections. Having emerged victorious, he has our full support. He has our full and unwavering support. Similarly, the president on June the 9th, so I think it's a week rundown. Similarly, the president on June the 9th described the just concluded presidential primary of the APC as one of the most competitive and peaceful in the history of Nigeria. On June the 9th, the Nigerian leader hosted the outgoing ambassador of South Sudan to Nigeria, Paul Molong, who paid him a farewell visit at the State House. Mr. Buhari expressed satisfaction over the cordial relationship between the two countries. On Thursday, Buhari hosted the APC flag bearer, who was on a thank you visit. The president concluded his official engagement for the week on Friday with the inauguration of the Presidential Council on Digital Economy and E-Government, promising that his regime will continue to take advantage of digital technology to transform every sector of the economy. He directed the Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, to chair the council on his behalf and give regular updates. He tasked members of the council to work towards further strengthening the capacity of the government. So there it is. Nothing really from that. Hold on. All right, let me bring you this one as the final readout. Tinubu may pick a Muslim as running mate, considers Atiku, Shettima Ganduje, and El Rufai. The camp of the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has reportedly ruled out Governor Simon Lalong of Plateau State and Secretary to the government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, as running mates. It was gathered that the ruling party and its presidential candidate might settle for a Muslim ticket, as no Christian APC member in the North have the capacity to pull votes for the party. One of those involved in the search for a running mate for the APC presidential candidate said the party will settle for a Muslim ticket if they fail to find a stronger Christian from either the Northeast or the Northwest. According to reports, Tinubu is consulting with President Mohamed Buhari, members of the Progressive Governors Forum, and others in his search for a number two. It was gathered that Governor Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna State, a former governor of Borno State, Senator Kashim Shatima, Governor Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano State, and Governor Atiku Bagadu of Kebbi State are also in contention if the ruling party decides to field a Muslim ticket, a source told correspondents. The president and the members of the Progressive Governors Forum will play key roles in deciding the running mate. You will be surprised to know that Zulum made a case for Shatima when Ashiwaju visited Borno during the campaign. He said, Jagaban, please, I am going to ask for two favors from you. I want you to pay attention. Pardon me. A source told correspondents. The president and the members of the Progressive Governors Forum will play key roles in deciding the running mate. You will be surprised to know that Zulum made a case for Shetima when Ashiwaju visited Borno during the campaign. He said, Jagaban, please, I am going to ask for two favors from you. I want you to pay attention to my state and also consider my principal, Senator Shetima, as your running mate. He has good things to offer and you will enjoy him. For now, the running mate may have come the running mate may have to come from these four men. Sources revealed that Lalong's closeness to the former Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi may affect his selection as Tinubu's running mate. According to these sources, Boss Mustafa is also not actively involved in the presidential campaign, despite being a former member of the defunct Action Congress of Nigeria. The source said, from fresh considerations, we cannot pick Lalong or Boss Mustafa, apart from his closeness to Amechi, a factor we are not very comfortable with. Lalong is from the North Central, which is not a core North state. Plateau is also considered not to be strategic enough to win elections in the north of Nigeria. Using him would be like alienating the entire northern Nigeria. Considering Boss Mustafa, well, he's not one of us. Though he belongs to the defunct Action Congress of Nigeria, like Tinubu, he does not identify with him. He was not part of our campaign and has yet to come visit the aspirant as of Saturday afternoon since he won the primary. In his home state of Adamawa, it is known that Mustafa cannot win an election there. So why will you impose such a man on an aspiration that needs the huge votes from the northern region? So there it is right there. Necessarily, it has to be a Muslim ticket. Otherwise, they might as well just hand the presidency to Atiku. So, Adale Koko, I see you. John, I see you. Saki, I see you. Rational Mind, I see you. And Solly from Amsterdam, I see. Oh, I did see. Oh, yeah, there it is. And sorry, keep yourself muted as you are coming. Please keep yourself muted as you are coming in. And Solly, I see you. So good to see you all, gentlemen. Good to have you all on board. So plenty to discuss, of course, important matters as well. Let me come to you first, Saki, only because we've not yet heard from you. So if you're ready to go, Saki, then unmute yourself. All right. Okay, yeah, you are there. Yeah, good to have you, Saki. So we're in this space then of let's start it off with Tinubu's running mate. A lot of people insisting that it necessarily has to be a Christian for the delicate balancing of the Nigerian political divide, but for reasons of political expediency, some people are insisting it has to be Another now. So how would you advise then the Jagaban of GBT?
Mm, it's a very complicated situation, but given the mood of the nation, I think he shouldn't. I think he should go for a Christian because whether you like it or not, it will it will impact seriously on people's sensibilities. So if he goes on to pick a northern Muslim, I think it will affect him much in the south. So I think he should follow the convention, if I were to say.
Where in the South will it affect him, do you think?
Um, of course, his strength is in the southwest, but
Right.
don't forget that there are a lot of staunch religious Christian southwesterners. So I think it will affect his votes in the southwest.
Right. Significantly or mildly?
I think it will be significant.
Right. All right. And if he picks a northern Muslim, how would that impact on his votes?
He will have more votes from the north. He will have very significant votes from the north. But at the same time, um, the Middle Belt Christians, or rather the Central Northern Christians, will also feel somehow. So
In that,
his
sorry,
measure
carry on.
vote, his measure votes will come from the core north.
In terms of prices being paid, in terms of price being paid, which is the bigger price that you will pay? Not picking a northern Muslim or not picking a southern Christian or northern Christian. So which it will be the heavier price in terms of
It will be
votes gained and lost?
two
Yeah.
way. It will be two way. You can never really say, but the direction I'm seeing it is the northern politicians. It will be very easy for the northern politicians to still work on the sensibilities of the northerners, especially the uneducated. If,
They are going to ask. They are going to ask them to scale two hurdles. They are going to ask the northerners to scale the hurdle of Tinubu being a southerner, and then to scale the hurdle that they don't have a northern Muslim on the ticket.
I understand, but I think what I'm trying to say is that I think it will be easier if he picks a northern Christian. It will be easier for him to secure votes from the North Central. At the same time, it will not be too difficult for the core northern politicians to still work on the psychology of the uneducated northerners. You know, the reason why they should still vote for Tinubu. But if he goes for the northern Muslim, it will be very difficult for the APC politicians to convince the largely educated southwestern Christians to vote for him.
Oh, oh,
So
oh,
I
oh,
think
oh,
it is two-way things.
all right, brilliant.
So
And
if I were to advise him, I would still tell him to consider the convention of he should try and pick a Christian. You know,
All right. And to Atiku dismissing the idea of Madam Ngozi being his running mate out of hand, do you think this is a real fatal error that he's making? Do you think this is an error that could cost him the presidency? That he complete disregard to consider Madam Ngozi as running mate?
Yes, I think it will be an error. Ngozi is a woman, so she will attract the she will endear the this clamor for woman things. Then at the same time, she is a technocrat that is largely and widely known all over the country. So I feel if he picks Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, then I think it's better for him to do that. It will be an error if he doesn't consider that.
Okay, and in terms of Madam Ngozi's popularity, would that not add more to his campaign than any other person?
It will add more to his campaign. But in my view, I don't think Ngozi will accept to take that offer.
You don't think so?
Yes, I don't think so.
The love of country now, the love of country.
It's no longer guys the love of country, but I don't think she has really attained the heights she has attained now. She might not want to. I don't think she will want to accept that.
All right. All right. Thank you. Saki, stay with us. I want to take this topic round, especially to the newer voices, just so we can document our voices that we've not yet heard from before. And one of those newer voices, Michaelo. So Michaelo, to you then. So this with the conversation with Saki. Atiku dismisses Madam Ngozi out of hand, and I thought that would be his winning strike, because if he has Madam Ngozi on the ticket, then he'll recover a lot of the Peter Obi phenomenon in the southeast. Because as popular as Peter Obi is in the southeast, Madam Ngozi is equally of equal weight. At least she measures up in the southeast, and more importantly, nationally. So a real big error I'm suggesting on Atiku's part to dismiss that out of hand. Do you think then this guy is just shooting himself in the foot? The Luther from Adamawa. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, one man, very quickly. Let me comment on the TINUBU running mate quickly. The issue of Muslim versus Christians. You know, the Northern, they do not believe in Christianity. So if TINUBU chooses a Christian, it's bound to lose. So you can write it down now. It's not going to choose a Christian Northerner. You know, because majority of the youth in the northern Nigeria, they don't believe in Christianity. Muslim is everything to them, and they are the majority, and they follow the leader, follow the leader, follow. It's not going to work for Tinubu. It's going to choose a northern running mate.
What about the price that people are saying he will pay for not choosing a Christian?
He's not going to pay any price. One man, trust me. He's not going to pay, because the people in the Southwest, they're going to support him regardless anyway. They are going to, trust me. You can write that down now, and then we can discuss when it happens. If he chooses, it's going to choose the northern Muslim. It will still get the vote, because the majority of the votes is coming from the north. That's reality. That's just it.
All right. So to the contenders, then they seem to have narrowed it down to a field of four. The former Borno State Governor Kashim Shettima, the current Kano State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje, Governor of Kebbi State Atiku Bagudu, and El Rufai of Kaduna State. So amongst those, who do you think is more presentable? And who do you think will bring more to the ticket? Who do you think
I'll be following this from the onset. It's between the two front runner, Ganduje and Shettima. Shettima has been supporting Ganduje. Those two people have been with him right from day one. They've been supporting him. It's between them. I think he will choose Shettima not Ganduje. You know, the reason why he won't choose Ganduje because of the dollar in
I
Babariga
know.
dollar thing. It will tempt him on that. I think he will choose Chetiman from the Bono. That's what I think he will choose, definitely.
And the permutation that Peter Obi's emergence is the main impact that it will have is essentially to cannibalize PDP and give APC the victory, because they're saying the bulk of the support, because traditionally PDP sweeps the southeast, but
Mm.
with Peter Obi in contention now, he takes the southeast from them, and really that is a good percentage of their strength. So what are you then making then of that assertion that Peter Obi essentially a Trojan horse for Tinubu to ride to victory, crushing the PDP?
No, what's going to happen? I told you where the majority of Tinubu's score will come from is the north. So, and he will secure that, and he will need, even if he gets maybe 60 in southwest, which I think he'll get more, you know, and he will get pick up from south and southeast small, which will secure him the victory. Um, um, Peter Obi will take vote from Atiku. So that's why he's trying so hard to get Peter Obi on his side. He will take Peter Obi essentially will remove most of the vote from Atiku, and it's going to lose. It's going to lose. That's what's going to happen because a lot of people will follow Peter Obi. He'll get maybe between 2 to 3 million votes. That's what he's going to get, and that will be on be Atiku's
And those,
on.
and those, yes, and those 2 to 3 million votes, essentially, there will be PDP votes that is taken
Exactly.
away.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That Atiku it has his work cut out right now, and you know that's why it's scrambling. It's traveling everywhere to see who will. It's where the vote will come from. Okonjo Iweala will not secure him the vote. It's wasting his time. It's wasting his time. So it's only option that is left is Peter Obi. You need to do whatever it takes to get Peter Obi on his side. That's the only way for him. There's no other way.
But do you not think that the Peter Obi phenomenon has gone so far and cut so deep that even his life will be at risk if he doesn't stay on that ticket? Because a lot of people are now because they are saying the movement is even bigger than Peter Obi as a person. They are saying it's a people's movement, and all of everything that everybody finds against the Nigerian state, they see the cure in Peter Obi on the thing. But do you think he will even make it to the ballot, or do you think they will negotiate him out of the race before February?
No, it's still a long way to go yet. It's still a long. There are still discussion to be had. Negotiation. Horse tradings. So Obi will remain in the contest for the next 2 3 months, for the next 6 months. It will remain, and we will see then how popular it will be. At the moment, it's too early to tell at the moment because a lot of his supporters are people on Twitter. It's not people on. They're not people who are on the ground, who are the sellers, the market women, and the bricklayer, the vulcanizer. They're not the one who has come. Those are the people that it will need to work on, not the people on Twitter and Facebook.
All right, and still within that Twitter Peter Obi space, the former social media special assistant to Buhari, a chap called Bashir Ahmed, he comes to remind the space that the Labour Party that Peter Obi straddles, it does not have offices in 25 of the 36 states of the country, including maybe Abuja itself. And he especially mentioned Kano, where he is from, that they have zero presence in Kano. But Peter Obi counters back that the 100 billion downtrodden in Nigeria are his structures, are his structure. So is that naive politics, or is that the reality of the space that we occupy now?
Well, it's good to be optimistic. In politics, you can be optimistic. You can have the flavor of the month or flavor of 6 months, like Peter Obi is right now. Is flavor of the season. For the time being, let us see whether this momentum that is will carry him along to, let's just give him another 4 or 5 months and see, because he will receive attacks from everywhere. His political opponent, they will dig up his record. I've read something about his record in Anambra. People are digging it up now because it's popular. As far as the Kano not having structure in Kano is concerned, it's non-issue at this present moment. It's non-issue.
But in 25 states, he doesn't have structures in 25. Not him personally, but the Labour Party does not have structures in 25 states.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an issue at the moment, because what's going to happen is that we're looking at to see whether this momentum will develop into in a sort of revolution whereby young people will then say, look, we're taking this as our battle. So whereby it will go down to the market, to the vulcanizer, to the tailor, where everybody can be involved. At the moment, it's only online only. It's not in the street. It has to go down to the local community everywhere and take ownership of this struggle and make it a revolution. That's the only way Peter Obi can win. Otherwise, he will just do well. You get maybe 2 or 3 million, and then he can use that momentum and then to try again the next 4 years. You know.
All right. You look and sound like that young demography. So how come you are not on board with the Peter Obi train? Do you not want the change that he represents?
I want this change. I want the change so much. I want the change. Everybody wants the change, but we're looking at reality. We're looking at politics. We're looking at power play. We're looking. If I vote for Peter Obi, my vote will be count. But I know that it's not going to be the Nigerian president in 2023. That's the reality.
And who do you see sitting on that seat come March, April 2023? Who sits on the seat for you?
There's only one man, Jagaban of Africa. That's him.
Oh, the Jagaban of GBT, you mean? Jagaban of
well,
GBT,
yeah. Well, it's there, I mean, it's the air or there. There's no evidence. There's no facts. Everybody's corrupt in Nigeria. Who's a saint? Nobody's a saint.
Do you think Nigeria will be better off under what you are envisaging? How does that move Nigeria forward?
Definitely.
A man that is falling apart mentally and physically, publicly.
Well, don't look at that. Look at Buhari. That he almost died, and he came back looking fresher. So this guy, when he gets there too, he will get better. Mentally, he's still very much astute. He's still saying the wrong thing, the right thing. It's a bit slow, but he's still putting it together. Okay, he's got the team around him that can perform very well. So I believe that he will perform a lot better than what we have in at the moment. He will perform well. The economy will be better, under him, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Are you confident that somebody like TINUBU will come out on top in a one-on-one closed-door meeting with Justin Trudeau, Macron, people like that, Boris Johnson? Are you confident that he has the capacity to take on world leaders and advantage Nigeria?
Oh yes, definitely. This is man. He's been doing it for years. I mean, he's been doing it. He's not a novice. As I said, this man does not rush. TINUBU does not rush. He takes his time, and you can't push him. And he is very clear sounding. He doesn't mumble his word. He doesn't rush. He takes his time, and he will get the job done. Trust me. He'll get the job done. Whether I support him or not, he will become the president of Nigeria. That's reality.
All right. I'm not going to ask you where your vote is going. I think we already know where your vote is going. So thank you. Good of you to join us, Michael.
No,
are you joining us from Lagos? The background looks like Lagos somewhat.
No, I'm in London here. I'm a London boy, South London.
Are you ready? Oh God Almighty! Your backdrop looks very much Lagos.
Yes, well, I just painted it. I put that Lagos touch to it.
Lagos touch. Okay, I can see your radiator. I can see your radiator now. So yes. All right, brilliant. Stay with us just for as long as you can.
What's the difference between London and Lagos? Any different?
There's not much different, my brother.
So you are at home. You are in Lagos.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Ajani Koko.
Yeah, in second Lagos.
Brother, Ajani Koko. How are you now?
Ade, how you
Good,
doing?
good.
Head on, my brother. You did well.
Especially South London. You know, you can go to some parts of South London, you hear Fuji music on the streets.
Oh, of course now. Riley, Peckham Rye.
Yes, Peckham Rye, yes. All right, brilliant. Stay with us. So let's come from you to Rational Mind. Rational Mind, so you know where the conversation is. We're speaking about Atiku now, dismissing out of hand the possibility of picking Madam Ngozi. So Michaelo thinks that that is a sensible move on his part, but I am not so sure because I think Madam Ngozi holds a lot of goodwill as cachet within the Nigerian space. Nobody hates her. A lot of people love her. She's from the southeast. They are proud of her, and her narrative a lot stronger than Peter Obi's. So I'm thinking that if he takes her on board, that really counterweights very heavily the Peter Obi narrative. Or am I misdirected in that thought, Rational Mind?
Yeah, one man. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I think it's a good choice. If that'll be a good choice, because what I see about Atiku is this: Atiku needs to bring somebody who will be considered as a non-politician, a non-career politician. Because if he, being a career politician, brings in the likes of your Wike and some other governors in PDP, you see the same people. So he wants to sell a ticket that shows that, okay, this is a mix of the establishment and somebody who is an outlier, who is not a party person per se, but who is more in the corporate world, who has international recognition. Maybe bringing that on that ticket also would make him will sell his ticket better than if he had, say, the Wike and the likes of Delta State governor and the rest of them. So that would be a good route for him to go. But would that translate into he winning votes from the southeast?
And the female constituency as well. We forget, because the female constituency, they would like that.
We can say the female will also consider that, but maybe the educated, the elite, or the educated female, not the market women in the streets, and really understands that. But I think the inroad that or the progress that Obi has made over time now, as he eroded so many of any gains that any gain that this guy will make in the southeast at this article. So I doubt if bringing Ngozi Okoje-Iweala on that ticket would be of any significance in getting more vote for him in the southeast. Maybe in the south, but not in the southeast. So, but then I think it's a good ticket. It will get definitely chunks from here and there, southwest, southeast, south, maybe, I mean, no doubt, maybe, I mean, let me just say no doubt, maybe in the north, perhaps, or being that he's from the north, that would maybe sell him, because he would get his own brothers or his people to sell, to vote for him. So, well, I think he can try that. I think that's the best ticket that would ever be. Yeah, that would be his best.
Yeah. Okay, I think you answered the follow-on question that I was about to ask you. I was going to ask who will present a better option other than Madam Ngozi.
I don't see any. I don't see any. I think because what he needs to sell now is because he has this tag on himself, like, you know, this establishment, you know, this career politicians who have run Nigeria, and some people who knows Okoje-Iweala as a woman, a technocrat who brought Nigeria back from the brink. When Obasanjo was there, he had Nigeria renegotiate the terms of our debt and everything, and then he slashed it, meaning considerably low, whereby we're even giving debt relief and all of that, and that brought a kind of a rejigging into the economy during Obasanjo and Goodluck, which these people they did not manage very well, or maybe should I say people that because the lady too was frustrated at some point. So anyway, without going into details as to that, so I think that would be what he needs. He needs to bring somebody who is not part of the establishment, who is not part of the career politicians, who are looked upon as that would kind of like dilute that feeling that people have about him, that is part of the corrupt system and all of that. So maybe that will make his ticket sell better. But if you go and put Wicked, the likes of Wicked, I don't know if that will. But for me, that's the best. But what I'm thinking here is this: I'm also thinking, I've been hearing stories in the TINUBU camp that they want to bring this woman from UN. What's it called? I mean,
the Fulani babe.
Fulani woman, yeah, the Fulani beautiful Fulani woman from UN. They want to bring her so that some people say that that's the rumor going on that that's one of Buhari's one of preferred candidates to run on that ticket with him. So maybe if both of them have female, you know. But then you see, my point still goes one man. I don't want to start with that this morning, but I just want to say this: must we always have this Fulanis in the ends of affairs? I mean,
well, that's the expediency of now. That's the expediency of
now.
So
you can say that
we cannot not say it's not. That's what obtains now.
Well. Yeah, I agree with you. That's the what is in vogue right now. You know, so I can understand that. But my point is just, I mean, we have other tribes there. These people we're talking about, just the minority there compared to the major tribe. But anyway, we don't want to go into that.
But they wield a lot of influence. As minority as they are, name one northern governor that is not a Fulani.
Strategically, even places that they are known not to be native to, they've strategically implanted themselves there, and they've taken over that place, which is what they are trying to do in the south. And eventually we'll be seeing that we'll be having governors of a Fulani extraction in Lagos.
Hopefully not.
Well, it might happen the way the things are going. So let me not go into that. So what I'm not trying to say is that, you see, I just don't understand one thing. But then let me just go straight to what we're talking about, because I get emotional when I want to talk about this Fulani thing, even though I'm partly Fulani, and let me not say that. So one man will like saying. So anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that Amina will be brought to that ticket with TINUBU. But it will be interesting to see that Amina, being a woman herself, a technocrat. Well, that's what people say. Maybe a good diplomat, but not an economic technocrat. So I think what both of them needs to do is to bring somebody who is not a non-career person, who is still sellable. Because they need to win the candidate. They need to win people, because like right now, Nigerians see PDP and APC as the same and one thing. So, and if they, being that the people have marked them as the establishment, TINUBU being part of the establishment, Atiku being part of the establishment, now they need to bring people, or as a deputy, people who are just non-career politicians, but that are still regarded in those spaces where they are coming from, maybe from the north or from the south. So that's what both of them need. So it will be interesting to see both of them decide to go that route, and it becomes that ticket for each of them, both of them. Well, it'll be interesting to see. That's all I have to say, one man.
All right. Thank you. Let me acknowledge. Firstly, let me implore the people that are watching. So, if you are watching right now, which a lot of you are, thank you. But if you have no reason not to click on the like button, then please click on the like button. We need to push that hard, and we are pushing that hard. And a lot of you have been responding. So if it doesn't offend you anyway, if you don't viscerally recoil from doing it, then do it just to support the platform. So it's no spend, it's at no cost of money. So just click on the like button. We want to at least hit a minimum of 100 likes in the course of this session. We had well in excess of 200. So we're fluctuating between 200 and 220 and going higher and higher. So if all of you clicked on the like button, then we will easily surpass 100 likes. And if you are not already subscribed, then please subscribe. We do this every single day. It's an open microphone space. Anybody can come on the screen. All you have to do is click on the hyperlink and everybody. So there's no designated slot for anybody. The only person that is guaranteed of somewhat is Ajanle Koko and myself. Everybody else just comes as they will if the mood takes them. So the mood took the people you see on your screen today, and that is why you're hearing from them. But the like button and the subscribe, please, somewhat compulsory, click on that. Rational Mind, let me acknowledge the super chats coming in from Alexander Gomez, no one else, and then I'll come back to you. So Alexander super chats to say, it says, without doubt, Ajanle Koko is the superstar of this platform. People just gravitate towards him naturally. I salute you, Aja, my brother. Folks appreciate you very much. So yes, of course, we all concur with that. A global superstar. You know, if he was showing his face, people will be accosting him on the street already for autographs and saying, "Oh, people will be bowing, they'll be kneeling down when they see him on the streets." So great is the name of the man, Ajanle Koko. So without doubt, Ajanle Koko is the superstar of this platform. People just gravitate towards him naturally. I salute you, Aja, my brother. Folks appreciate you, and so say all of us. Ajanle Koko, of course, knows is you know, one of the stalwarts, one of the pillars of the platform. So if I can get rid of this from my screen, Ajale Koko, you want to respond to that? I heard you mute yourself just there.
One man, let me just quickly say this. I think
right.
this lady, the Amina lady, I think she's not a born Nigerian. I think she was born in the UK. I think only one of her parents are from Nigeria. I don't know how that would pan out because that's another thing.
Yeah, she does look somewhat mixed race.
She's mixed.
I must say.
She's mixed.
Yeah.
I think I read her biography some years back. I think her father is from Kaduna or Kano or something like that. So it's a Fulani. The dad is a Fulani, but the mom is an English, maybe English or Welsh. I don't know, Welsh.
Right.
That's the question, because if she's not a born Nigerian, she was born in the UK, or that, although we know that, but would that be an issue to consider if she has to be considered for that slot?
All right. I don't know how that plays constitutionally, but this other super chat I pointing in your direction, rational mind. Alexander Gomez still. It says, rational mind, did I just hear you say you are part Fulani, Aburo? Wow. Yeah, so this is rational mind. It's half Chinese, quarter Indian, a little bit Martian, so a bit of Pluto. You can't nail this guy down. We're still just
one man. My family is a family.
What are you?
We keep records of our.
Yeah, Yoruba man today, your man tomorrow. You are Fulani, and then you are from Benin Republic. You are Sudanese. You are everything. You are Ethiopian. You are Arab. You are.
I'm not Arab. I'm just saying that. We keep our ancestry. I know my stock. My people, my parents. They.
Are you part Fulani?
Well, my maternal grandfather, the mom.
Yes or no? Now, are you part Fulani?
My maternal grandfather, the mom, because my grandfather has this Fulani look. But it was said that the mom, the father, my great grandfather married the mom from one of these Fulani people that came to settle in their side towards the northern part of Ondo State, towards Edo State area. So they gave her as a child. They gave her as a bride to my great grandfather. So that's what the story goes. But I don't know. So that's how I just I have that feeling that there's Fulani in my lineage.
Are you a Yoruba man?
So one man, I got to go, please. I should just run. Thank you so much.
You have to run now.
Rational man, the Jaffa cousin.
He's Jaffa's older brother. You look at this guy. But then to you, Ajane Koko, so the talking points, let me take you to the TINUBU space. You know, all of the permutations is discounting the possibility of a Christian-Muslim ticket, and he's settled then on a Muslim ticket. What price will he pay in terms of votes? And so what are the gains and losses by your anticipation? And then the names narrow to Shetima from Borno, El Rufai Kaduna, Ganduje, and Bagudu. So the Muslim ticket and the choice, Ajanle Koko.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Let me first of all urge our listeners around the world, please click on the like button. 150 like is required in this session, and I believe you can make it happen. Let's do it so that we can propel the YouTube algorithm of this platform. And let me thank my brother, Alessandra Gomez.
You are breaking heavily, Ajanle Koko.
Trustee, one man went to more for his chat.
Ajanle Koko, you are breaking heavily. Hello? Have you dropped off completely? Ajanle Koko.
Is it time for Solly to shine?
Yeah, come in, Solly. Ajanle Koko. We've lost you, Ajanle Koko, but come in, Solly. Yeah.
So what is the topic?
Yeah, we were talking about the Muslim ticket that almost seems
Can you
an
hear me now?
inevitability for. Yes, but Solly now has taken the floor.
Let's
But
take
let's Solly
over.
land the point. Let's Solly land the point, and then I'll come back to you.
Ajanle Koko is in Mexico.
I was, I was in my basement. That's why. All right.
All right. So sorry. Yes, we were talking about the Muslim ticket that seems an inevitability for TINUBU now for reasons of expediency. But what price is it likely to pay in terms of the Christian insistence that the ticket must be mixed?
Well, in the Southwest, it will work. We don't really care. At the end of the day, no matter what religion he is, we still see him as a Yoruba man. I don't know why. Very different, very peculiar compared to the other tribes in the country. In the North, all he has to do is find a northern candidate. The best thing for him to do is find a Muslim northern candidate, because these northerners, they don't vote for any, Christian northerner, because they always have this kind of ranking. Like that's why they called Oshibanjo a weak man. That's why they called him that. Because they have this level of toughness that they want and they accept, and to them their first level is you must in a Muslim northerner, a Christian northerner, then the people from the south, then the people from the south that are Muslim, then the people from the south that are Christian. They have rankings for things like that. So if they want somebody to represent them on the presidential level, to obviously be a Muslim northerner. That's what will work. Now, vote from the east.
So it's not even a question as far as you are concerned.
Oh no, I don't. If I was to vote, I wouldn't care if it's Muslim, as long as the Yoruba man that is the president. That's what me as a Yoruba guy will be thinking, not the religion.
All right, vote from the east.
Vote from the east. Well, that's hard, though. They don't like TINUBU. I even thought, but I feel like the other choice is Atiku, which is Fulani. I think, to me, I would have expected them to 100%, even more than TINUBU, detest from voting any Fulani man. But some of them like Atiku, which is surprising. But now Atiku will now get maybe someone from the east as vice president, which would get some votes for him too. But is he going to be able to battle with TINUBU's money? Because we saw how the money played out during primaries. No one was spared.
But can Atiku's southeastern candidates and TINUBU's money, can either of those two battle Peter Obi's popularity in the southeast? Should people just abandon the southeast to Peter Obi?
That's the thing. This Peter Obi thing even goes in TINUBU's favor, because some of the eastern votes that Atiku was counting on, it has, withered away to Peter Obi. TINUBU was not from the beginning, from the very beginning. He was not even counting on the east, the votes in the east. So anything that happened there is not his problem. He has done his campaign in the north, he has done his campaign in the west. The east, their vote is now divided. Some of them will vote for TINUBU, some of them will vote for Peter Obi, some of them will vote for Atiku. Problem. TINUBU has won this thing. So far, so good, let's see. Money,
do you think
you guys are just getting a taste of what he did in Lagos?
Do you think Peter Obi will make it to February 2023, or do you think they will negotiate him out of that ballot?
This Peter Obi, I feel like he can't even beat Atiku. You know why? These northerners, when I check their blogs, they like him more. Like every tribe does. Every tribe likes him. But they've been suggesting that he goes for Kwakwanso as vice president. But on this platform, I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, you should not go for this one. Why should you form alliance with this one and that one?" If you want to get the votes, this is what the northerners are asking for: Kwakwanso as vice president. I feel he can beat Atiku. if he has that. I don't know. I feel like he can have a fighting chance with Atiku if he has that. You
Beat
know,
him to second or beat
Atiku's
him to the
game
seat.
plan. Sorry,
Beat him to second or beat him to the seat.
beat him to second.
Yeah.
Beat him
Okay.
to second.
Carry on. Yeah.
Yeah, so Atiku really has a problem on his hand. Tinubu was counting on northern and western. Atiku was counting on northern and eastern. But look, the east is now divided into the east is going to vote for. There's no easterner that will say, "Well, their vote is split into three people now." That's just it. That's just the truth. And what's their population? What's the northern population? What's the western population? Northern population vote is concentrated. Western population, that one is fully concentrated because as much as they rah and vote for Peter B, all the Yoruba people that are telling you they will vote for Peter B, let me tell you, I can guarantee 90% of them that day, when they are looking at the name and they see Tinubu, they see Peter B, the Yoruba in them will make, even if it's by accident, they will punch that Tinubu. That's just the truth, because Yoruba people are scared, low-key, deep down. We didn't complain about Buhari, but it doesn't mean we didn't know. But last
Okay. You said the southeastern votes are split into three. So tell us what three ways they are split and give percentages to the split.
Okay, I would say majority is going for Peter Obi.
Give percentages.
Let's
Yeah.
say I would say between 40 to 60% can go to Peter Obi. The rest to be split with Tinubu and Atiku. As much as some of the Easterners say they don't like for Tinubu, just because they don't want to vote for a Fulani man, just to uphold that Fulani thing they were saying before, they would rather vote for Tinubu. At least it's someone from the south. So Tinubu and Atiku are going to share those. That's what I feel anyway. They are going to share those votes.
All right. Do you think Atiku's chances in the southeast will be enhanced if he had Madam Peter or not Madam Peter Obio, but Madam Ngozi as his running mate? Because she straddles two horses. One, the female vote, and two, the southeastern vote, and three, really her popularity both in the southeast and the entirety of Nigeria.
Yes. He would have I feel like then he would have had a fighting chance with Tinubu. At that point, a female vice president, someone credible and clean, both locally and internationally. The amount of women, even in the southwest, even in the north, that would change their vote just because she's going to be vice president. That would have given him a fight. But she said, I don't know. I don't think she wants to run with Atiku. So
I think Atiku has even dismissed it out of hand, the possibility. Do you think that that's somewhat an error on his part?
Yes, it is. They tend to downplay these women. Some of these women, they tend to downplay some of the power that these women have. And if he did that, then he downplayed his fighting chance, because most of these men, I would not say are going to be as smart as she is. They are just coming there for money, and most of these men are not really educated. So
sorry, one man, can I sorry, can I
go on.
say something? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry,
carry
please.
on.
Actually, I'm from the east, and when Soli was trying to say that the Easterners will split their votes into three, I will categorically tell you that the Eastern voting dynamics is really somehow. If someone like Rucha Sokolocha is is in this balance, no Easterner will vote him. But P2B's presence is quite different for two reasons. One, I can categorically tell you that P2B will take the votes in Anambra State, Imo State, Abia State, what again? Enugu State.
How many percentage is that?
Oh, no.
How many percentage of the list is that?
Is like we'll say 80% of the East, because East is 5 now, so he will win in 4 states in the East. And I will tell you the reason. In Ebonyi State, I don't know what will happen, because the governor of Ebonyi State, APC man, he has done quite well in Ebonyi State. And Ebonyi State population they have a lot of a greater percentage of their populace not too enlightened, so to say. So I think it will be easier for them to really believe in what their governor might tell them. So that is why I'm counting them all. Then you go to Abia State, the present governor of Abia State, if he comes out now, people want to stone him. So he's not really somebody that any party is going to, people will not vote it. And he's still in PDP. Then you come to Anambra State, forget, P2B is Anambra, so we can't countenance that one. Then another major factor that will affect P2B's voting pattern in the East is that the Easterners are largely Catholics. They are Christians. But when you talk about the denomination, they are highly concentrated in the Catholic Church. P2B is a Catholic. His brother is a Reverend Father. His sister is a Reverend Sister. I want to tell you the level of his Catholicism, so to say.
Sorry,
So the
can I
Catholic Church,
ask a question?
yeah.
Hold on. Now let him follow through with that. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
So
Carry on. Land that point, Saki. Yeah.
So the Catholic Church, because I know I know his like campaign strategies, the way he usually campaigns when he came in as governor. So I can tell you categorically that these factors will play a role in his emergence in the southeastern part of Nigeria. So the Catholic Church will still play a role in that very voting pattern of the Easterners. I'm telling you categorically. So the only state in the East that I might say maybe I don't know what will happen there is Ebonyi State.
Okay.
But outside that, take it from me, he's taking it in Anambra, Imo, Abia, and the other one.
All right, thank you. I think you want to counter that.
Yes. Okay. You said 80%. I don't agree there, because if you feel it's 80% right now, they've not started sharing money, right? All this one was just no. Wait. All this one was just for primaries.
Yes.
When they start distributing the real money on that last few months, that last few weeks, and that last few days, that 80% that you think is guaranteed, that Peter Obi is not going to distribute. I know they are celebrating now. Oh, we won't share money, we won't share money, we won't share. Peter Obi, they give anybody shishi. Those are the kind of videos I've heard.
I am telling
you. Also, Saki, you have to factor that the chairman of the convention, the primaries at the Eagle Square that produced TINUBU, the chairman of that event itself, not the party, but that event, the chairman of that event was Pope Uzodinma, who controls Imo State.
Yes, that is what I'm trying to tell you. In Imo State, I'm talking about a situation where the election is done free and fair. You understand? Forget that I'm talking about a situation. Suppose the election, there is no voter suppression and those things. The election is done free and fair. I'm telling you.
It's not going to be free and fair, is it? So let's not say if it is. It's not going to be free and fair.
Yes.
You know now.
Yes.
Yes. Excuse me, please. Can I come in, please?
Okay.
Yeah, go
on. Please, my brother Saki.
Yeah, go on. We're listening.
My brother Saki. I would like you to make something clear in relation to what our brother from the south with Durag. He said his name is Soli. If I pronounce it well, please. Pardon me.
His name is Soli. So you can see it on the screen. Yeah.
Okay, Soli. Soli speaks like somebody that has been involved with elections in Nigeria for some time. I mean practical elections. I don't mean internet elections or theoretical elections. Nigerian voting pattern goes this way. Majority of the voters will decide few days, even many few at the moment, they decide at the moment of voting, not actually when everybody is clamoring for a particular candidate. So I think Saki should also understand that his theories shouldn't be held high, whereby he thinks it's going to go like that. I'm from the South East, actually, so let him not think that I'm a stranger. So I'm speaking as an indigenous of that same region. Maybe you are also an indigenous, but let's go further, brother. Nigerian politics is all about the funds. Yes, I know it's a shame we are still talking about distributing money in 2023. So it's very shameful. Yes, it is a fact. But let's remove emotions. Let's remove what I like and what I don't like. This is reality. The Nigerian voting pattern goes few days or at the moment of the election. Anybody thinking that our Nigerian election goes the way the West goes, whereby a candidate knows already he has already won an election or his lead in an election through his popularity, but it doesn't function that way in Nigeria. So that's another big factor we should remember, not necessarily because of P2B's popularity right now, because I'm seeing everybody clamoring for P2B. He has this love from East, West, South, and North, but that's not how Nigerians vote. Nigerians who vote tribally, who vote religiously, who vote even beligorously, I would say, because at the end of the day, those people that will actually come out and vote just because of what they will get, which is interest. I will use the word key, interest. So let me not beat around the bush and go further and go further. Soli made wonderful and realistic points, whereby you might also disagree with him. Let's not even go there. You can disagree with him, which is fine. And I hope he also understands that not everybody will believe what he's actually saying. But
all right, you shouldn't be saying you shouldn't be saying that Soli is making good points. We will never get away from it now. We always try to.
No, he's making a very good point. I have to say,
if we get carried away now, yeah. If we get carried away, look at that.
Okay, I'm sorry. If maybe I kind of went beyond the boundaries of the conversation, but he made a very good point, and those points are factual points, realistical points. See, I would have loved to say the same thing, but saying it in a different way doesn't make any meaning. He has just said it. Narrate facts, what would they follow? More not the speak big grammar. Make I just conclude this thing, then listen to other brothers. Make we stay share our thoughts, listen to each other.
All right,
thank you very much. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Chima. So back to you, Soli. Yeah, no, let's get back to Soli just because of the pressure of time. Soli, back to you. Yeah.
So these are the kind of things that TINUBU learned. You know, when I look at these other governors and participants, they didn't fight any battles. Do you know the amount of battles that was going on every day in Lagos? Every day. All these delegates and all these things you are fighting, for you to be able to put somebody there, you are in power now, but that person is really in power. Build a structure. That's why all these kind of things, I feel like this is the way they do their thing in UK. When I see TINUBU do something, I look at UK history and I see that this guy is just taking some things from their history and applying it in Nigeria. So he built that Lagos like 300, if you watch that movie, and he's taking Lagos money like an army to the unsophisticated, forgive me if I say this, unsophisticated lands in Nigeria that are just learning how to play this game. When he was going to only the north and the west, we were asking ourselves here on this platform, why is this guy not, really going to the east? Now we know why. This guy already understands. I don't know if it offends some people, but he understands the nature of the people in the east. He understands the nature of the people in the north. He understands the nature of the people in the west. He knows the game that he's playing. Why he was not, he doesn't even seem worried about Peter Obi, because he has had governors go against him. People in power go against him, and he had to fight his way back. He has learned strategies. He has learned who to trust, who not to. See this Buhari thing that Buhari didn't back him. He didn't face him. He didn't look faced. But Baba didn't look faced. He came there on the podium when he got his 1,000 and something votes. He let him know that, look, I was not only counting on your backing. Behind the scenes, I was running my own game. You get? So you people don't know who you are playing with. For somebody to hold down a state with different tribes, for years, still put them at a satisfactory level. People are hungry in Nigeria. Not really that much in Lagos, but outside, people are hungry. People are really hungry. People are hungry. What they will do for 500 naira, less than $1. People are hungry. That by the time that election day comes, Nigerians are not thinking of how I can work for money. They're not in a society where you work for money. They're in a society where people bless you. You go to parties, you go to weddings, people bless you. So they've built up this thing of somebody must bless me, somebody must give me money. And if you give them money at that point, you love them. That's what that's. So we really need deep, mental orientation.
One question. No questions. Sorry, I have to, because there's so many people on the screen. I want to hustle through. But I thank you, Solly. So
yeah.
Sorry, round off your thoughts. Yeah, land your point.
And the sad part is that the people that are educated, that you think will be able to preach to the people that are not educated, they are just very lackadaisical about it, and they let the thing go on, and everybody's just trying to jackpot, and everybody cannot jackpot. It's going to reach that point where you have to just do something about it. Everybody has to understand everybody.
All right, brilliant. Well put, Solly. So fantastic, thorough analysis, Solly. This is the super chat from Alexander Gomez to you. What did you eat this morning that people are praising you, Solly? Usually
just an apple and igbo.
Just be eating apple and igbo. I think it's the igbo that's kicked in this time around. So you are getting compliments, which is unusual. Don't get carried away with it, though. But Alexander super chats to save. Fantastic, thorough analysis, Solid. So thank you for the super chat, Alexander. And sorry, in CBD, it's just so many people on the screen, and the time is so limited. So I just want to make sure that I hit every voice. But if we extend the conversation with interactions, then it extends even further than it should. Let's go back to Ajanle Koko, who I think is now better positioned to give us his thoughts. So Ajanle Koko, you were on that space of TINUBU's Muslim ticket and Atiku rejecting Madam Ngozi as a possibility.
Yes.
Ajanle Koko.
Can you hear me, one man?
Yes,
hello?
Carry on.
Okay.
See, we can hear you.
Yeah. If TINUBU speaking Muslim as his vice president, that will defeat his victory speech on the day of that primary. In his speech that he was calling for religious tolerance, he was calling for unity, he was calling for, Nigerians to see ourselves as one. So, him turning around to act against his speech should tell us that this man will not fulfill every promises that he's making now. And I would like to urge Christians across the country to stand up and vote against him. Christian in the West, in the East, South, North Central, Northwest, Northeast. Because if we don't hold people accountable for giving us empty promises, for lying to us, then you embolden them to continue doing the same thing, the same lie, and not, fulfilling their promises. And Christians minority, choosing Muslim is a violation of the interest of the Christians in the political, in the scheme of things, as far as politics is concerned in Nigeria, Christians are minority in the north. Yes, we agree. But how do we carry them along? Do we have to suppress and continue to suppress their interests all the time? No. The interests of the minority, either by tribe or religion or any other otherwise, must be taken care of. So the Christians must register their dissatisfaction to picking Muslim as his vice president. How long will we continue to suppress the Christians in the north? Are they not part of us? Why should it be that the political power at any time must go to the Muslim in the north? Are the Christians in the north not human beings? So their interest does not matter in that country? No. Everybody interest, the majority interest, the minority interest must be carried along. We must carry everybody along. That is when you can form unity. That is how you can, harmonize. That is how you can, take care of the interest of everybody. So I totally reject it. And the Christian leaders across the country must stand up and campaign hard against him. This has been going on all the time, as if Christian in the north does not matter. And our brothers from the west, Christians from the west, must stand with their brothers and sisters, Christians from the north. Their interests must not be jettisoned all the time. Their interests matter. They are part of us, and they must be carried along. So the way election works, then after election, if they lose the election, then we can look at the analysis, look at the pattern of vote, and we can see that Christians across the country voted for him, voted against him, and that is why he lost the election. And that will send senses to their head that, yes, don't take the vote of Christians for granted. Don't suppress the Christians. Why must Christians not be at the corridor of power in the presidency? No. As well as traditionalists across the country, their interests matter as well. So it's going to be that decision of picking Muslim is going to be in contrary to what he said to his speech on the day of this primary victory. And we must start to hold these people accountable, and that is when we can have a good country, when you hold them accountable for their wrong judgment, for their wrongdoing, and that is how, yes, we can change that country. So I totally reject it, and we should stand up against it in totality at all times.
All right, thank you, Ajanle Koko. So thank you, Ajanle Koko. So for reasons of time, Ajanle Koko, let me go on to Baba Akure. But before I come on to you, Baba Akure, let me implore the people listening. We are trying to hit 150 likes for the stream. This is the target that Ajanle Koko has set. And we've been fluctuating between 120 to, no, we've been fluctuating rather between 220 to 250 people concurrently. So there's more than sufficient enough people for us to hit our target of 150 likes. So if you don't have a reason not to click on the like button, then you have every reason to click on the like button. So as you set about that, listen to the comments of Baba Akure, who educates us then on the folly or wisdom of Atiku Abubakar rejecting the mighty Madam Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala as his running mate. Is this a faux pas on the part of the looter from Adamawa? Baba Akure, what to say?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. I think when I saw the news this morning, I was thinking that okay, it's going to get much more better anyway for Atiku. But now that you are that is debunking the information, so it means that he will lose some votes in the eastern part of Nigeria. That is if he doesn't choose his running mate from that place anyway. So, but right now everything is still sketchy and we don't really know where each of them are going to. So, to me, selecting, and if you remember yesterday, we mentioned about Adeshina, we mentioned about Ngozi Iweala. I think if he choose Iweala, number one, it will get some vote from the east. At least Okonjo-Iweala is well respected in the eastern part of Nigeria as well, even in Nigeria as a whole. So technically, we get some vote in the eastern part of Nigeria. Atiku will get some vote in Yoruba because his wife, remember, his wife is from Yoruba as well. Then he will at least dominate part of northern part of Nigeria, because I know that at least I think it will share the vote of northern part of Nigeria. So now this is where the problem of Tinubu will come, because we have different opinion, and some people have been saying that choosing choosing Muslim ticket is not going to affect Tinubu. I can tell you it's going to affect him based on the decision that we find ourselves in Nigeria right now. And for me as a person, I'm not going to vote for him. If let's say if it is he and Atiku, I'm not going to vote for him. If Atiku choose a Christian individual, while Tinubu choose Muslim from the north, I can tell you I'm not going to vote for him. And as it stands right now, if Atiku choose anybody from the either west or from the south, from the southwest or from southeast or in the middle belt, that is a Christian, either men or women that is well known, he is going to defeat Tinubu. That is the problem. In fact, from day one, I already cited this, that I think Tinubu is going to have problem, because now we don't know who is that person that's so strong that can pull some crowd in another part of Nigeria and that person has to be a Christian, happen to be a Christian. We don't know that person. I think it's only Jos. I think Jos or Kaduna, he could find somebody that's at least relatively okay. And if he does that, like I think it was Solly mentioned that he's going to have problem with northern part of Nigeria, because they don't really believe in that issue of Christianity and stuff like that. So I think based on the permutation we have right now, I think Tinubu is going to be the problem. The one that we have problem most at this moment, because I know for sure if Atiku does not choose Okonjo-Iweala, I know he will choose somebody most likely from the east, and that person is going to be a Christian. Now, this is another permutation. If Obi, though some people say it is on internet, he has a lot of followership on internet, which to me, I think so as well right now, until next few months, we see the underground work that has been doing. So if Obi choose maybe somebody from the north, and that person is well known, that person could be a Muslim, I think he is even have better chance than these two individuals, Tinubu and Atiku, because Obi will likely command the vote from the eastern part of Nigeria. He will still get some vote from Lagos. Even the Lagos we're talking about, we know a lot of Igbos are in Lagos. So once they see that, they will have to vote for him. You can say anything you want about Igbo like Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Remember, every statement in southern Nigeria has been clamoring that presidency should go to eastern part of Nigeria. So they will use that as a point that, okay, well, we are going to vote for our own son. So it is still very funny. The situation we find everybody right now, it is still very funny. So until when they choose their vice, then we'll be able to determine, okay, well, I think we are going towards this person or this person. Anybody can be bragging about the issue of Ashwaju Ahmed Tinubu. Well, that's okay. That's your own choice. But we soon find out. I know for sure if he made that mistake of choosing Muslim from that part of Nigeria, I know Foley mentioned that, oh, he doesn't care about it. A lot of Southwest will be very care about it. This is not issue of. I don't think this is going to be the issue of region right now, but issue of somebody who will be able to tackle this insecurity that we find ourselves, because most of people believe that, okay, well, some people are sponsoring this issue of religion stuff like that, and which involve in killing and go to church and kill people in the south in the southwest. So that is my take on that.
All right, brilliant. Well put, Babakure. Thank you. So let me go on from you, Babakure, for reasons of time. Let's go on to Joe. So Joe, the same set of questions. Tinubu, Muslim ticket, and Atiku disregarding Madam Ngozi. So Joe, are you still there?
I'm here, one man. Good afternoon. Yeah.
Good afternoon.
I'm not sure he's going to pick Oko Nwela. I'm not sure. That is Madam Ngozi. And with the way I look at things, it's not likely that the woman will take up the offer. Now, the first thing we should look at is she has just gotten the other appointment, which, if you look at, there is no any African that have ever been there, and no woman have ever held that post. And you can see a lot of forces that were against her at that time. So if she can drop that, it will be another years to come for any African to take up that job. So I'm not sure he's going to take it, and because it's not sure that even Atiku will win. So I believe a bird in hand is better than two in the bush. So it's not likely. And if you look at Ngozi, well, she may be very popular, but among the politicians, is she really popular? Because the politicians still determine on what we are talking about. So if Atiku eventually pick Ngozi, it means it's actually Atiku that will do all the work.
What about the female constituency?
Oh, you'll be surprised that ironically that women, we, instead of voting for women, we even go ahead and vote for men. That is what, if you observe very well, they will go and vote for men rather than women. Oh, they don't really support that constituents. No, they not as much. So I don't think that will work, because I don't think it's a suicidal decision for Atiku to just dismiss that idea. So.
Oh, all right. And to the Tinubu space, and all the expediency says that his best chance is to have a Muslim ticket, only because the strongest political options he has are of a northern candidate. They are all Muslims. So how does he weigh this balance? The outcry from the Christian Association of Nigeria versus political expediency. What would you advise him to do?
Well, before before the primary, I was thinking about that of Tinubu and Oshibaju. In fact, if Oshibaju won the primary, it could have been easier to just speak from the north straight away. But with this, it's a bit difficult. But Tinubu is going to pick a Muslim. The reason being that in the south, our cultural tendency is stronger than our religion. But in the north, they prize that religion, even if they are living in the same state, in the same community, they prize that religion more than any other thing. And so definitely, and if you look at it, all of them, that is Tinubu, Atiku, uh, I'm talking about their parties now. That is APC, PDP, and Labour. Each of them will definitely pick a Fulani man or woman, as the case may be. Each of them will definitely pick a Fulani, or that is someone like Atiku is already a Fulani man. So Tinubu or uh, Tinubu or Obi will definitely pick a Fulani. So it is expedient that, sorry, it is expedient that they should Tinubu we want to pick from the core north. If he doesn't pick from the core north, they will not vote for. They will not vote for him. Definitely. Well, in the south, we may say, oh, how about the Khan? Yeah, to be sincere, Khan is turning to Ohaneze and
Very.
Afenifere. There is just to make some political statements here and there, just for them to show their relevance. But you realize that at the end of the day, the Tinubu will still need to pick from the north. So,
All right, brilliant. Well put. Go on.
yeah, because what I'm trying to say, just to is that in the south, especially southwest, because of our strong cultural tendency, even though they may be Christians, yeah, they will still go ahead because they will look at it. It's like looking at impossible tax and unworkable tax. You just have to choose one. So, and he will now look at it that, okay, if I pick from the core north, a full animal, definitely is going to get a lot of vote from there. And in the west, it's almost sure that we get so much vote. Now, if you look at the east, yeah, if you look at the east, um, Atiku and Peter Obi, we definitely have to share that one, including the South South. They will definitely share it because they have very strong, that is the PDP is well grounded there. So they don't have much of APC in that area. So Tinubu will not even bother much, or the APC will not bother much about the Southeast. So.
All right. Thank you, Joe. So thank you, Joe. So Joe, for reasons of time, let's go on to Joel. Joel, hopefully you're still there with us. Joel, are you still there? All right. Let's go on from Joel then to.
I'm here. I'm here.
All right. All right. Brilliant. So Joel, let me take you to a different space, and this rather well written essay. It goes around the houses to examine all the runners and riders to land on the on the conclusion that essentially what Peter Obi will ultimately serve as is an unwitting Tinubu agent, because what they concluded was that Peter Obi will hold strong and hold strong in the southeast. So the Southeasterners almost universally, they've always voted with PDP because they've always considered APC a Fulani sort of northern party. So with Peter Obi now coming in as a sort of element in that mix, that he, of course, they will sweep naturally to him, and that loss of votes in the southeast by the PDP will ultimately gift the APC the victory. Do you align with that line of thought? Do you concur with that logic, Joel?
I think I'll be more optimistic on Peter Obi's chances of winning the whole thing. I just think he needs to have a good, a well-bred northerner to pick from as a running mate. I know that Peter Obi is going to make good inroads in the southeast, and someone I listened to solely, but I think he's going to be more than the 40%. I think he's going to get. I think I might even align with the other caller who said about 80%. I know he's going to get that. Even in a what do you call it? Even in a Ebonyi, they will still vote Peter Obi. Then when you go to the south, I know that Edo is going to vote Peter Obi. Delta, they will vote strongly for Peter Obi. Cross River and Akwa Ibom, they will vote strongly for Peter Obi. Now, you see, I was not a party to those who say that Tinubu not going to the southeast, was justified. It was not. It's not justified. South, and southeast, you still need 25% from those states. So at least, even if you know you're not winning, at least you go there. They say in my place, come on, so which means that instead of the whole meat, we run away. I cut the tail. At least I will know that I got something. So at least he needs 25% in 25% spread in most of these states in the south as well. So that idea that he doesn't need those he didn't need to go there, I think that was just a miscalculation on his part. Probably he wasn't really sure, of what was going on. We were all. I know he even thought that he wasn't going to win the whole thing, which he said in his acceptance speech. So we're going to take him for that. Atiku, I think this is the thing now. I'll just tell you guys, this race now is between Tinubu and Peter Obi. Trust me when I tell you this. First and foremost, the idea that 14 northern governors say that the power should go to the south has already ring bell in the psyche of some people that naturally this should go to the south. Now, when it goes to the south, who are they going to pick? Now, it now depends on who made more inroads. Because now we are talking about, I remember Study was saying something. I've been into election. I don't want to talk what it is, but I've been into election stuff. And I see where he's coming from. The buying of votes is real. But, in this election, buying of votes, knowing full well that there are some people that are first-time voters, there are people that are coming there because the P2B movement thing now is like a movement. So you're going to see people out there telling people, hey, you cannot pay for this. So there are going to be some deterrents in certain areas, even from the voters themselves. So I believe it's going to be between P2B and Tinubu. Now, Tinubu should not make the mistake of picking up a Muslim. I do not care how they want to play it. If he does it, he is going to lose. Mark my word today. If TINUBU picks a Muslim ticket, TINUBU is going to lose. Now, let me just take you back. People were making references to Arafai. But what they did not tell you is that even in Kaduna today, there is no peace. It is part of the thing because there is no trust. People see it as a Muslim ticket. Now, we have seen the thing that is going on in southern Nigeria with the latest one, the unfortunate incident at Owo. There has been this thing about Islamization. Buhari has not helped issue as well. We're not going to claim amnesia because we have a candidate in the election. When was the last time Buhari came out to condemn the Fulani herdsmen? Whenever they say Fulani herdsmen attack the place, Buhari is busy talking about cattle rustling. So there has been this thing in the subconsciousness of Nigerians that, hey, especially those in the South, that, hey, these people want to Islamize us. Now we are going, that is why I said we are going from Atiku. Now we are going from Buhari, and you want to give it to Atiku. So that is why I said Atiku is a no. Now, you now come to TINUBU. TINUBU, you be a Muslim. If your religion brothers brothers and sisters in the north does not take you as one of theirs, or they see you as a half-baked Muslim, that is their business. That is not what the Quran teaches. The Quran teaches that every Muslim are the same, every human are the same. So why would you not say TINUBU is a half? So that is where I'm coming from. If TINUBU goes ahead to pick a Muslim ticket, he's going to lose. But just to throw a spanner into what Ajele Koko said earlier on about if Muslims trying to galvanize the Christians, not to vote for TINUBU. Well, I just say, where's the fairness? Was TINUBU meant to be on the ballot system, on the ballot box in the first place? If we are talking about fairness, where do we think it should go to? It should have gone to the Southeast. So you cannot be unfair at the foundation, and when you get to the top,
what about the North? What about the Northeast? They've never had the presidency.
We have condemned that of PDP, and that is theirs. And for some reasons, when you look at the suggestion of the PDP, you might say it makes sense, but I mean, it's still one of those gimmicks that wouldn't make no sense. However, there's some logic in what they said. However, in TINUBU's case, he should not pick a Muslim ticket. That is it. If he does, he's going to lose the election.
All right, brilliant. Well put. Well said. As always, Joel always articulate and very clear in his mind. But Joel, for reasons of time, let me move it on to Nsibidi because I want to make sure that every voice is heard, and it's just such a short session. So Nsibidi, I'm taking you to still a different talking point, but we're still staying within the Peter Obi space. It's Peter Obi. Labour Party does not have offices in 25 states. This is Bashir Ahmed, the former Buhari social media, whatever, the one that is always abusing people. So he points out to this thing again that people are always saying that, look, it's not so much being some Instagram babe that is going to get you the presidency. His boots on the ground, his feet on the floor, his hands being shaked with another person, and it's essentially having a structure. So what he's saying is that in 25 of the 36 states of the country, the Labour Party has no single presence at all. And he speaks especially to his own state, which is Kano State, that there's not even one breath of a person that is Labour within that state, which is one of the key go-to states. You have to get Kano to if you ever have any ambition of becoming Nigeria's president. Peter Obi responds, he says, whenever I hear no structure, my answer is simple. The 100 million Nigerians that are in poverty, etc., etc. But that is very good for the Kumbayaism, but does it add anything to the reality of it, Nsibidi? CBD. All right, we've lost in CBD. So let's go to enigmatic. Do we have you enigmatic? Or have you lost me? Can anyone hear
I'm
me?
here.
All right, let's go to the enigmatic. I hope you heard my build up, so we don't have in CBD anymore. So you take up that point that was put into in CBD.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. It's nice to be here again. So first of all,
good to have you.
I'm very happy for what is happening in Nigeria now. I mean, the angle of Peter Obi, the new paradigm shift of Peter Obi and his movement now. But let's always remember that politics is played at the root. I mean, on the ground. You have to have your boots on the ground. If we go by the trajectory of Yemi Oshibanjo's movement, we know the end of it. Good. This we actually sent jitters down the spine of political actors in Nigeria, especially the two dominant parties, APC and PDP. This is what we'll be talking about. This is what we'll be yearning about. We need a third force movement that can really shake the ground. Good. But one thing I've actually that is worrisome about Peter Obi's movement, not about Peter Obi. Peter Obi is a great man. I've always said it. He's a great man. He's a very nice man, very intelligent. In an ideal situation, in a sane climb, that is the kind of person we should have as a president. But we understand Nigerians' politics and we know how it plays. So Peter Obi's greatest undoing will be his supporters. They are too toxic. They are too violent. They are too arrogant. Okay, when you have a good market, you should develop a persuasive, and empathetic strategy to market that product. Not getting riled up and resorting to subliminal tirades and derogatory languages at every point of disapproval of Peter Obi. Peter Obi is just gaining that momentum that we want. But his base, they just need to chill. They just need to calm down. They saw what happened to Oshibanjo. Peter Obi is having a Herculean task, facing juggernauts in that political space. Okay? Atiku is a fundamental factor in Nigerian political structure. Same as TINUBU. As fundamental as Atiku is scared of TINUBU's strategic movement because TINUBU wouldn't really speak much. All he does his work behind the scene, underground. And you see his movement now for the past few days since he has won. He has never even relaxed for a single day. His meeting, they always talk about TINUBU's money, but politics, when it gets to a certain level, money will take the back space, right? Where money stops, influence starts. That's what TINUBU is doing now. Does Peter Obi has the chance? Yes, he does. But will he become the president? No, he won't. With Nigeria's political structure, if he builds on the momentum he has now, maybe possibly next 4 years, but not this time around. These two guys that he's trying to, because when you actually put the numbers through, my brother, everything is about number, and I like to stay on the fact. Okay. When you see Buhari's number in 2015 and 2019, and you put the Southeast votes combined, in 2019 it was porous, it was horrible, and that was why he was really mad at them. The whole of Southwest garnered less than 500,000 votes for APC. Okay, in 2015, when Wike had his way, he pulled over 1 million votes for PDP. In 2019, when it was very bad for him, the federal might, the Amechi factor and everything, he was still able to come up with almost 500,000 votes. So, in other words, the vote that came from enigmatic, the figure you are giving about the vote in 2019 for Buhari is wrong. I think they have over 1.2 million. Yes, sir. Hold on, sir, please. So when the result came, the vote that came from Southeast eventually did not really add up to what could make or mar
APC's national, calculation. So let's talk about what Peter Obi brings to the fore now, and what are the chances of Peter Obi, Tinubu, and Atiku. Peter, I've said it here. Atiku, we have problem in the north, in some certain parts of northeast. Don't forget, in the north alone, APC has, I think, 15 or 14 governors. So those governors, their roles already. They control the delegates, they control the state, they control the structure. So definitely they are part of this mobilizing force for APC. And when we are talking of APC now, we are not talking about Tinubu now, because either you like it or not, Tinubu is the flag bearer of APC. APC is the incumbent party, and they wouldn't want a divided house going to the election. So Kwankwanso factor will eat up into Atiku's votes in some certain parts of the north, where Atiku should have a cushion effect in the southeast, where it has always naturally been their fault, right? They will come back to the southeast. Peter Obi will eat up that cushion you should have in the southeast. Some part of south that will be divided. It will be divided between Labour Party, because some people of Igbo extraction living in the south, they will vote for Peter Obi. Some parts will vote for Atiku, because naturally south vote for PDP also. So south and southeast votes will be divided. Southeast votes will basically, I want to basically say southeast votes, and all Nigerians of southeast extraction, wherever they are in Nigeria, their votes will be going to Peter Obi in the presidential election. So take it or leave it, that has caused some problems for Atiku now. So now where Atiku, we have a heave of sigh of relief is probably in the North Central. But that North Central, when you look at North Central again, they are not really tilting towards PDP. They are not really tilting towards the so where does Peter Obi stand? Peter Obi, in my own opinion, okay, this is my opinion now, this is my honest calculation, is I would expect him to work with a very sound northerner, and then he can build a consensus, he can build this momentum against the next 4 years. But having that thought process that Peter Obi will become the president in this election cycle, bro, that is a wild dream. Let's forget about that. This election, Tinubu will win this election by a slight margin because of these calculations. Does Tinubu go with a Muslim ticket or a Christian Muslim ticket? If Tinubu, I don't know who is going to be his vice presidential candidate, it's running mate, but there's every likelihood that he will go with a Muslim northerner. If he goes with a Muslim northerner, I can bet you, right, they have already made the calculation. They have strategized what could be the shortfalls and what could be the gains of that. And I can tell you the gains will outweigh the losses, because where they should be scared of, they are not scared now because of that Peter Obi factor. Peter Obi factor is working indirectly, right, to the advantage of APC and Tinubu. And Kwankwanso in the north, if Kwankwanso come to the table with Peter Obi to work together, that could make a little bit of changes, but it won't derail, the totality of the result at the end of the day. But does Kwankwanso want to step down for Obi to be the vice president to Obi? It's not. Kwankwanso will not do that. First of all, it's an Hausa man. If you know Kwankwanso very well, if you know his politics, his Kwankwasia movement, Kwankwanso will not step down for Obi to be the president while he will be the vice president. And at this point in time, is Obi going to be to allow himself or to go into an agreement to be the vice president for Kwankwanso? He could have easily stayed in PDP then if you actually wanted to be vice president to Kwankwanso. So now it's a ball that is a game that is tricky, but at the end of the day, everything is pointing towards APC, Tinubu, and incumbency power. I want you to look at that first. So that's
brilliant.
all I can say about that.
Brilliant, well put, well articulated. even though people might not agree in totality, certainly
of course.
well articulated. So thank you one and all, and sorry in CBD, I will not be able to hear from you because I did try to come to you, but yeah, I think you were away from your system at the moment. But I'm half an hour going on 35 minutes from the 2 hour slot, so I have to, unless you want to say a very, very quick word in CBD.
Yeah, very quick. Yeah, I've heard what everyone has been saying for the most part, but I believe that all these all these calculations we are making with for Labour Party and Peter Obi, I think we are missing the most important part, which is Labour Party is not going through the normal political structure. And that is the only reason why you find a lot of people, joining, seeing it as a movement, because they know that definitely they don't have all those old structures that have been there. The politics as usual. They are not going through that method. Are we even counting, or are we factoring the fact that the youths and other people, not just the youth, the disenfranchised voters, these people that have never, that are not passionate with what is happening in the political space in Nigeria, they are all coming out. They have not come out like this before. A lot of people, how many times, if you want to be honest, how many times will have any of us voted in the past, let's say 3 to 4 elections? So the space is not like that. So people are coming out, people that have never, put attention, place their attention on politics, are all coming out this time, and they are getting PVC, and they are saying they are going to vote. So they are voting intentionally this time. It has nothing to do with if we are going with the politics as usual. Obviously, these people have a way with that. The APC or PDP. But we are talking of intentional voters, people that want to make a change. Everybody is coming out. I was speaking to some of my relatives in in Nigeria, and they are talking about
I thought you were going to say you were speaking to your friends, because we all know you don't have friends. The only friend you have is me, and I don't even like you that much. So carry on. Carry on.
Yeah, I was speaking to them, and I was asking them this same thing, that these people are telling us that Peter Obi supporters are only on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. That's how are they seeing the movement with ordinary people? And they are telling me that even old people, that's why I'm saying that we easily make conclusive and unverified statements. You're not on ground, as if penetrated the entire space of the maybe old women and old men and mechanic or whatever, as people are like saying.
All right,
He has
just
not.
a couple more words. Yeah.
Yeah, he has
A
not.
couple
He
more
has
words.
not done. He has not done. He has not penetrated it thoroughly. But as it is, that people, a lot of people are already aligning themselves to that. That is the movement. So all these things that we are trying to calculate based on how the people have been voting 20 years ago, I think we are missing the point. Peter Obi and Labour Party is not
All
looking
right,
at
brilliant.
it in that direction.
All right, brilliant. Well put. Thank you, Insibide. That was well watched the way. So thank you, Insibide, and thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, one and all. Just that final call for the like button. There are 260, going on 300 people on the stream. We want 150 likes minimum. So if you don't have any real reason not to click on the like button, then you have every reason to click on it. So if it doesn't offend you to click on the like button, then click on it anyway, just to help the platform grow. And then as you're clicking on the like button, click on the subscribe button as well. And if you're new to this space, we do this every day. 9:35 p.m. UK time is guaranteed. And this afternoon slot, we do it oftentimes as well. But the one that is categorical, 9:35 UK time. So there'll be a second session, which is a lot longer and more relaxed, where you can have the free reign to express as you will. So this high functioning senior mind Nigerian sort of gathering is what we do here. So if that is your diet, then come join us 9:35 p.m. UK time today, where the conversation carries on. But click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, click on the bell notification so that you are notified when we are on. The final word to Alexander Gomez, who talks to us via Super Chat, and his Super Chats to say, in CBD is coming across as the Obama of Nigeria. No, not in CBD, but Obi. And CBD is not. Sorry, I don't know how I read that as in CBD. Obi is coming across as the Obama of Nigeria. So there it is, right there. If you can pull off an Obama, then that will be a real coup for all of us, because this is what. And for all of the arguments for and against, by the way, I think the majority of us, we do want Peter Obi to win that election, so that once and for all, we break the back of the old guard and bury them for eternity and move to the future where all of us already live, but the country does not. So we want to move the country up to come and join us where we live. But people like Buhari, people like TINUBU, people like Atiku, they want to hold you back. Buhari is talking about grazing roots, and we're talking about artificial intelligence. So you see, we are not in the same conversational space. TINUBU is telling you go and bring commodities board and build silos for food. So you see, we are not in the same conversational space. So we're in the conversational space of Peter Obi, but the reality of it is not in Peter Obi's space or in Peter Obi's favor, or is it? So I'll leave it there. Carry the conversation on within the comment section, but here I say peace. Thank you, everyone.